copy it down in your notebook. If you already have this diagram in your notebook, no need to copy. It is the same values which we have used in our problem. So no need to copy if you have already done that. So there was a very typical result that we saw that the CS-CG amplifier has over the general CS amplifier. So that is something that we are going to see through today's lab, and then you will perform a similar analysis when we go ahead. So just recollecting certain things. For this designed circuit, here we have, for the design circuit, we are going to have here, so let me just minimize this too. So please recollect, this is my circuit diagram, and for this circuit diagram, certain things we have to check. So that is going to be, first was the voltage at the gate of M1. So we were calling it VG1. So VG1 is equal to 1.588 volts. So all these values that I am showing you are calculated values. Through the simulations we will find out observed values. Then voltage at gate 2, VG2, was 4.764 volts. Then with the help of this we calculated VGS1, and VGS1 was 1.3478 volts. So certain things we have to know before we do the simulation. From VGS1 we calculated ID1. So ID1 value is 0.24 milliamperes. All the calculations are already there in your book, so I am not recalculating it. Just for your reference, in case somebody has missed something, then he or she can use that. Voltage at drain 2, that is 17.2 volts. Drain 2 is here, so this is the drain of the second transistor. Then we have VS1, that is voltage at source 1, was 0.24 volts. And then we had voltage at source 2, which was 3.416 volts. Then we had VDS2, that is going to be 13.7814 volts. Then we had VDS1, that is 3.176 volts. Then we had GM1, which was equal to GM2, that was equal to 0.876 milliamperes per volts, or we can also say millimos. Then we had Rin, that is input impedance was 8 kilo ohms. Then we have Rout, which was 3.3 kilo ohms. And then we had AV1, which was obviously -1 since it is a common CS-CG, and AV2 is equal to 2.8 2.89 volts. Now I want, so if I want to write AV1 and AV2 in dBs, so this will be log of 1 is 0, so this is actually 0 dBs, AV1 in dB, and AV2 is going to be, so can somebody tell me 20 log of 2.89 is how much? Please calculate 20 log of 2.89. Post in the chat box. So 2.89 log of that into 20. So that is 9 point. Let me see. Just check the answer, everybody. Yes, correct. 9.2179. So this is 9.2179 dB. Now, why are we doing this? Because my gains will be in dBs, right? So I want to check the gain of the first stage. I want to check the gain of the second stage. And then I want to compare this entire CSCG with CSCS. I want to compare the entire CSCG with CSCS amplifier. So that is what we are going to do now. Apart from this, yesterday we have calculated FCI, FL and FH. So can somebody tell me what is FL and FH? How much? FL was, I think, 4 point something. Can somebody tell me? Yes. Please tell me the values of FL and FH. Okay. Suman, thank you for that. 4.822 Hertz. And FH was 3.0143 megahertz. Okay, so whatever the bandwidths are, one is in hertz, other one is in megahertz. So keep all these things in mind. These are our calculated values. Now we want to observe this. Now we want to do the observation. So let us start directly with LT Spice simulation. Now, in this diagram, I will give you 10 minutes to draw this diagram, and once you are done with this, write done in the chat box. Okay. Can you see this diagram properly? Shubham, can you see the diagram?
Yes, sir.
Let me take this here. So we will just zoom it out a little bit. Now is it? I think it should be big enough. Okay. So punch in all the values that in both the MOSFETs, CGD2 is 0.8 pico, CGS1 and CGS2 are 5 picofarads. Then R1, R2 and R3 are 100K, 24K and 12K respectively. Then this is our test voltage source. So you know how to get this thing. Just make the background as white, and we also want all this, what do you call it, the naming axis as black. Then let's have a grid. So we can have a add trace inside this, and first we can see you can go to plot settings and you can see the spice error log. In this spice error log, first you can see the values of GM. So values of GM are correct. Then ID is 2.4 milliamperes, that is also correct, 0.24 milliamperes. Then VGS is also correct, 1.35. The things are okay. Now we have got the gains here. So this is 0 dB, minus 3 dB, that is the first gain is 0 dBs, and the second gain is 9.2. You can see that this is 10 raised to minus 6 dBs, which is almost zero only. Okay, it is almost zero or very close to zero. So this is 0, this is 9.2, that is correct, and then finally we have our bandwidth. So you can now trace. First you can trace V out. So you can see here, that is, don't plot phase, and what I am doing is I'm saying mark the data points. So you can see that the gain here is 0 dBs for the CS amplifier stage. Here the gain at this point is 0 dBs. Whereas now if I add the trace, that is of the second one, you can see that the CSCG amplifier basically the gain has increased, and this value is somewhere around. So you can see here, if I just move this value, you can see here the magnitude is 9.2 dB. So you can see that, and so that is how you get this thing. Now you can definitely see that multi-staging has increased the gain. Multi-staging has increased the gain. But from this, whether this CSCG amplifier is better than CSCS amplifier, that we still don't know. CSCG amplifier is fine, but have we got better than CSCS? That is still not known. So we will see that too. And so we could also add something called as please copy this and simulate this circuit and put your answers in the chat box. I'll just call this V test for some time. Don't call it V test. So you can see here, I have got V test and I test. So this is V test, and you can divide it here itself and say I test, and you can see that what you actually plotted right now here is the input impedance. This is nothing but the input impedance. Now this is being plotted in dBs actually. So impedance being plotted in dBs is slightly weird. So what we can do is we will remove this from this graph. Okay, and we'll add a plot plane inside this, and here we will add the trace, that is V test upon I test on I test. And so this is basically my input impedance. It's nothing but my input impedance, and input impedance was, I think, 8 kilo ohms. So let's see, that is log 8 kilo ohms is 8000. Log of that into 20 is 78.06 dBs. So you can very well see that it's very close to that, and so the answer seems to be correct. So it's just a 0.2 dB difference, which is absolutely fine. So even if you call this as Vs, no problem. Even if you just remove this, no problem. But the current flowing through Vs, the Vs value and the current flowing through Vs is actually going to be this. So this we can still remove, and in this plot you can still plot at trace. Where is my okay, I'll give it some name here. This is V test upon current flowing through. So you can still get this. So that's the way to calculate input impedance. That's the way to calculate input impedance through the simulation itself. Yes. First, I want you to post circuit and the graph, both of them like this. Both should be visible properly. So you all can just unmute, and whatever questions are there, just ask me. I'll show you on my screen. Now here you please note that this is actually the place, this is actually the input to the upper cascaded transistor. So that is why we have written here V out CS, and here we have written V out underscore CS underscore CG. So if you have written here V out underscore CS, then this same thing you should copy and put it here. So every V out before will now be V out underscore CS. So do that very carefully. Otherwise the dot measure will give an error. V out underscore CS. So if you want, I will just put this thing in your chat box so that this is the first dot measure command, and this is going to be the second dot measure command. So one is to calculate for CS, other one is to calculate for CS underscore CG. So there are two. The common mistake students do is they don't set the VTO and KP properly. So VTO is 0.8 volts and KP is 0.8 into 10 raised to minus 3. Now we will also run the AC analysis of this, or dot tran analysis of this. So stop time would be milliseconds, 0, 0.01. Okay, and now you will have to give some sine wave here, so that you can view it as hertz. We run this, so this thing will not make any sense. So you can see that here you are getting some good gain. This is the AC analysis, and if you want to increase the number of points, then you can increase the sweep, make this as 0.01, save. So this is the transient analysis, and so what I am plotting is V out CS and V out CSCG. We can also plot so this is my input. So the red one is your input. So you can see that between red and green there is 180 degrees of phase shift. Between red and green it is 180 degrees of phase shift, which is very natural because the first stage is a CS amplifier, and the blue one is the gain of the multi-stage. So -1 into whatever is the positive part. So even between the input and the final output, there will be 180 degrees phase shift. So this is very clearly seen from the simulation. And if you go to the transient response, the part of it, so let's look at that. So if we add the trace here, so you can see this is the frequency response and this is the transient response. So circuits are the same, but we are just plotting these two different responses. So in one I have written dot tran, and I can just save this as circuit number 8 and see here that just convert this dot tran to dot AC. You can say decade 0.01, start frequency is whatever 1 hertz or 0.1. One stop frequency, okay, so that has to be 100 meg and this 0.01 we can start and just simulate this circuit, so you should be able to get this. Now we don't want such a low frequency response, so we'll just cut short this to 0.1 as the start frequency and just simulate this. Okay, this is also too much, so we'll start with just 1. So that should give me a good response. So this is the AC analysis, and let's open circuit 7 for now, which is also the same, and let's run this, and here you will get, so I'm removing the phase plots. This is the here this has to be dot tran, 0, 0.0, okay. So I want the voltage at this point, which has to be a pulse. I think we had set this, but somehow 20 millivolts, and frequency is 1 hertz. So we have got our input, then we want voltage at this point, and then we have want voltage at this point. So voltage here. So please make 2 circuits. So don't mix up everything in the same circuit. So see what idea I have done. First I took this circuit, I did the AC analysis, and I got this graph. Then simply what I did is I went to this place and then I did a transient analysis. So circuit remains the same, but instead of dot AC, now I run dot tran, and then I got this. So this is actually the output of this first circuit and the second circuit. So here you get an actual feeling of the sinusoidal wave, and from here you can actually find out what is the frequency response, and you can find out the bandwidths and everything. So like this outputs you will post in your chat box. Okay, Ritvij, yes, output is correct. Which okay, also just wait. Now let us look at only the first circuit, that is this one with a dot AC inside it. Now I also want to you to show me the SPICE error log. I want to see these ID values VGS and these values. Okay, Shubham, correct. Path output is correct, but I also want to see the circuit. Rucha, yes, it's correct. Okay, Shubham, the values are perfect. We are seeing the values of Shubham. This is correct. Okay. So suddenly what we get here is a huge improvement in bandwidth. Okay, there's a huge improvement in bandwidth. But just by seeing CSCG, we will not be able to say that. We will not be able to say. We have to see CSCG with respect to CSCS. So that is the next part of our experiment. We will have both CS and CSCG together and then try to simulate this. Yes, this is correct. Tanay, the output is correct. Vinayak, output is good. So I can see that many of you are doing this very nicely during the practicals, but somehow when you start writing the journal, you just mess up the things. So don't mess up when you write the journal. Some students are not writing additional questions. They are not there for show. You have to answer them. Probably do more analysis and answer them. So that thing is expected. So I am trying to increase your analytical skill by giving such problems. Path correct. Path, the circuit is good, but I mean it's correct. But uh, sometimes aesthetics is also very important. So try to make it look nice. Circuit is absolutely correct, no problem. Yes, everybody should show me the output. Ayush, are you getting it? Anmol, Ashish, Ashish Wagmare. Niharika, are you getting it? Okay, let's see Yash. What has Yash done? Yash. Okay. Okay, this connection is correct, but it looks little bit weird. So output is perfect. Okay. And this is very important. I have seen some. So if you put this Yash Jungade, roll number so and so, so and so, that is very important. You should put that in your own circuits so that nobody will as such try to copy it. Okay. Apurva, remove the phase plots. Remove these phase plots. This thing na, at the side. So you right click on this. So you just right click on this here and say don't plot phase. Have you got it, Apurva?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now go ahead with the transient analysis. Go ahead with the transient. Don't tamper that circuit. Just say save as. You can see now what I do. I just save as that circuit as circuit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. I keep on saving when I try to do a change. So you just save this same circuit and instead of .ac now go for .tran. For dot instead of .ac go for .tran.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I am also getting same output like Apurva. What did you said that remove phase? How to do it?
So this is the plot, na? Then right right click here in this space. Can you see this space? Right click here and say don't plot phase.
Okay, sir.
ये लगा. Did it go up? Because we are not doing a phase analysis, so it's okay if you get rid of the phase. Now all of you will post the output like this. Apurva, yes, correct, perfect. Yes, correct. Apurva, this output is correct. Yes. So now I want, see, Shubham has posted this output, and you can see the how he has beautified it. He has put a name. Then the circuit looks clean, pretty clean, and here he has plotted another circuit. So in this circuit you can see there is he has done AC analysis, and in this circuit you can see that he has done here a transient analysis .tran. Okay. Now let's look at something more. Now I want more and more. When I want to do simulation, I just want more. So in this is circuit 8, this is also circuit 8. Now I'll just say add plot plane, and in this I will add trace. I will add trace, and that will be this V test divided by current because of Vs, that is Is. V-test upon current because of Is. V-test upon current because of Is. Vs, sorry. So you can see here, now we also plotted, this is on the input side, so this is my input impedance. This is my input impedance, and you can now see very beautifully that input impedance also actually changes with frequency. Can you see that? Input impedance changes with frequency. This we could not see when we were actually calculating the things, right? We could not see that very easily. But you can see input impedance remains constant for most of the bandwidth, and that is the reason why it is okay. That, I mean, this input impedance is just fine. So now I think this was the graph plotted by Shubham, and now in this graph you will add one plot plane, and now show me this particular, like this. I want to see the graph in this way.
Sir, can you show that impedance thing again?
Yeah. So first you go to the circuit in which you have done dot AC analysis. Go to the circuit in which you have done dot AC analysis. Are you on that circuit, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will just remove this for some time. Now you run that circuit. Okay, so you will get this one output here, right? V out and VCJs. Now in this I am expanding this particular view. Here I will say add plot plane. Add plot plane. So I don't want to mix up everything in the same graph. I want to keep everything separate because these are voltage gains, and here I am plotting resistance. So they are not the same thing. Then I say I created a place here to plot, but I have yet not plotted anything inside it. So I have to say right click on that and say add trace. I have to say add trace. Now you can say, you can add an expression. You can just add all of these whatever you want like this by clicking on them, or you can also add V1 plus V2, V1 minus. You can do some mathematical operation also on them directly. So what I want is my input voltage source is V test, and the current that flows because of that is IVS. So what I do is I insert a division here, V test upon IVS. Did you understand this, Rutuj?
Yes, sir.
And now I say enter. So what is getting plotted now is actually input impedance. That is the resistance seen by the source. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now I have one question for you, Rutvij. Wait. Now how will you plot output impedance? How will you plot output impedance?
Sir, the V out, sir, the V out, that test point divided by the load voltage.
No. So first wait a minute. I will just save this circuit as circuit 9. Let's say I'll just same circuit. Now what I do here is that I remove this, I move this thing from here to here and put it at the output. Did you understand what I did?
Yes, sir.
So now we will call this as V-test, and this is no longer a sinusoidal source, so it is none. Okay, and here there is no need to connect anything. And here we will see test. So now what we are doing is we are putting a test voltage on the output side. But output is already there, but just for our own sake I am doing that. So I just simulate this thing, and this plot has got no meaning now because there is no input. So you can add a trace here, and where is my V-test? Okay, so it is not showing it.
Sir, we can take it as V out CGS also, no?
Yes, yes,
CSCG.
that's exactly what is happening. So we will just take it as V out CGS upon I test. So here I will add trace, that is voltage, output voltage divided by
RD.
I test.
ID, sorry.
I test. So that is going to be 70 dBs. Now let's check whether this is okay or not. I mean, you should always check. What we are expecting is our output was 3.3, so RD. So log of this into 20. So you are getting something 70.37. And if you just click on this and click here, you can see this is also 70.37. That means our output is perfect. Output is perfect. So I want you all to do these analysis. Okay, I'm very particular about these things because an engineer should know how to do the analysis well. And if you want now, I'll get our circuit 8 also. We run the output, and in this we can see, here we can plot two traces like this and remove the phase, and here we will plot, and we can just say we test upon IVS. So now you can see everything is plotted. Here we have a transient analysis, here we have frequency analysis, here we have input resistance, and here we have output resistance. So circuit is the same in all three places, but some minor changes we had to do. So I hope you have got the complete analysis A to Z of what we have done. Okay, yes, this is correct. Richa, yes, perfect. Parth, this is good, but change the background to white of these graphs and put the grid on. Understood, Parth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Grid चालू ठेव. Okay, this is so you have taken 10 volts peak to peak, 10 millivolts.
Yeah. Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so 10 means 2.88. Correct. Sumant, very good. Now in this you plot the resistance plot and then you give me the third plot also. Understood, Sumant?
Yes, sir.
Good. So just for the record, even if you know every command related to LT Spice, you can be a very good analog design engineer, and the salary of analog design engineer starts with around 25 to 30 lakhs per annum. So be a specialist in this. That's what I'm saying. Explore everything in this. Now, just in case you want to see the spice code, you can see that. You can see here, this is our spice code. You can see all the commands. Dot model, dot measure, dot op, everything is there in this. So you get the entire spice code for free. Now if I make you write this for big circuits, I think you will go mad. So just watch out for the outputs. This is circuit 8, means you have to look for circuit 8 of the figures. And just remove the phase wherever possible. Okay. So this is the CSCG amplifier, and now you could find out everything about it. Now the question comes, how good it is as compared to CSCS. The next question is, how good it is as compared to CSCS. Yes, Ritika, output is good, but change the background to white. Do you know how to do it, Ritika?
No, sir.
So I
Hello.
thought so. So you click on this graph, you take that graph, okay, click anywhere on that graph and then go to tools. So when you go to tools, go to color preferences. In color preferences, you can see selected items. So you can change the color of everything on the graph, but you go to the background and see to it that all these values are 255. In your it would be 000 means black, RGB 000 means black, RGB 255 means white, or you can have any other color. You can see that color changes here. So you put it to white so that if at all we need to print this, we will save some ink. Okay?
Got it, sir. Got it.
So that's fine. Okay, so I am closing all these graphs now. I'm closing everything here. Now I am opening this. So here we will say this is like a comparative study CS CG and CS amplifier. Okay, so it's a comparative study. Now, what are we going to compare? That is that's the first thing. So let's see that. Now, what I did is we have already done a CS amplifier. So all you need to do is, see here what you have to do. Copy this entire circuit, copy the cascade amplifier, and out of that you remove the M2. You can see here there is no M2. Remove M2, CGD2, CS2, everything you will remove, and this same second output you will give it to a similar CS. Now there is one change, that is here the RD is 3.3, but here the RD is 2.2. Here the RD is what? 2.2. Now first I will simulate and tell you what we have actually done here. We are measuring three outputs. First is the first stage of CS-CG amplifier, then the output of the CS-CG amplifier, and then we are measuring the final output of the CS-CS amplifier. So we are having Vout CS, we are having Vout CS-CG, and here we are having Vout CS-CS. Now, why there is a difference between the resistances in CS-CG and CS-CS? The reason is, in the CS-CG stage, the CS amplifier in the CS-CG gives a gain of 1, whereas the CS amplifier in the CS-CS stage gives a gain which is greater than unity. So we can do a comparative study. Comparative study is possible only if their gains are the same first. So first we have to match the gains of CS-CG amplifier and CS-CS amplifier, and because of that, here I have reduced the gain of each stage in the CS-CS such that the overall gain of CS-CS is equal to the overall gain of CS-CG. Now I am running this to tell you what I did. So here I am adding the traces. First is Vout CS. You can see that gain is 0 dBs. So go to plot settings and say, so you will get this slightly thicker line. So you can see that here the output of this is first is 0 dB. So that is exactly what we are expecting. Then I am adding the final output of CS-CG. So what I am expecting is an increase in gain. So you can see this 9.2 is something that we got. Now I am adding the trace of Vout CS-CS, and you can see now this red line is for Vout CS-CS and blue line is for Vout CS-CG. So what is the conclusion here? You can see that the blue line goes beyond red. That means the bandwidth of the blue is more than the bandwidth of the red. That means the bandwidth of CS-CG is more as compared to bandwidth of CS-CS for the same values of gain. For the same values of gain. So that is the reason why we always go for CS-CG rather than CS-CS, because if I want to obtain the same value of gain, then I can derive higher bandwidth from CSCG as compared to CS. So this is the result that I told you in my lab also, in my lectures also, that is that you get a slightly higher bandwidth in CSCG as compared to CSCS, and that is exactly what I have shown you now through the lab. So please draw this circuit, and in addition to the measure command that you have plotted, you need to put another measure here. So I am just putting it in the chat box. So I want you all to post like this now in the chat box. And you can just go to the view spice error log. In spice error log, you should see that this is the gain. So gain wise there is no improvement. Gain wise both are same. 9.3 and 9.2 are very pretty close to each other. But here you should see the bandwidth is 21 megahertz in CSCG, whereas the bandwidth in CSCS is just 10 megahertz. That means the bandwidth has doubled when we used CSCG instead of CSCS. The bandwidth has doubled. On the log scale, this increase you cannot see as double, but actually this increase is in megahertz. So that is why 10 will be here and 20 will be just very close to it. So the bandwidth of CSCG is actually double of CSCS. Any doubts in this, please ask. I will expand the circuit diagram first so that you all can see this correctly. So I hope you are enjoying this analysis. Every time I do this, I enjoy it. So some aesthetics. Yeah. Now I'll just save this circuit, and the circuit number, what, 9, 10. What are we at actually? 10. Okay. Now we also want to open circuit number 3. So we want both. And here instead of .AC, let's run a .tran analysis. So let's make this as 10 milliseconds. 0. And this AC source here has to become a sine wave, and we'll put 20 millivolts and 1 kilohertz. And let's try and run this analysis. So let's go. So we'll plot it. And what is this? We want here as, okay. So this is actually my Okay, so in dot tran we have to change both. We have to change this too. This also should be, I think we have put it as 20 millivolts. This is 1 hertz. Let's run this, and here we'll add Vout CS, and in this very same thing we can add this. So here I'll add Vout CS, and here I'll add Vout CSCG, this thing, and we would also like to add the input. Yeah, so this is the transient analysis, and now I'm running the first analysis, wherein I'm just adding the phases. So this is going to be my this looks cool. So I want you to show me these outputs, and if possible in this same plot you can have a input impedance and output impedance now don't matter, so that is fine. So just show me this. Okay, so do you want to first have a look at the circuit? What do you want to see? Do you want to see the circuit first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the circuit. Come on, copy it. Any doubts? Please ask. This is lab, so it has to be interactive. Any stupid doubt is fine. Anushka, You understanding this?
Yes, sir.
Okay now? Hemant, Krishna Prasad, are you getting this? Just show me your output once you are done. Okay, Krishna Prasad. So please have a look at this. RD here has changed to 2.2 here. So when you are copying the things, what are changing? You have to remove M2 and put a short here, and the coupling capacitor will be the same as the capacitors which we have used in the input and output. And instead of RD, now RD1 and RD2 would be 2.2 kilohms. So if you have first drawn this circuit both side by side, then just let me know. Just put that in the chat box first. I want to see like this comparative study of CSCG and CSCS MOSFET amplifier. So both these will be a part of CSCG experiment only. Both these will be a part of CSCG experiment only. We want the results like this. One is having a dot tran analysis, and then we want a AC analysis. So please see to it that when you change the input values for both the circuits should be the same. If you give here 20, here also you give 21 kilohertz. Yes. Rutvej, I can see your output, but output seem to this is okay. Frequency response is okay. About this one, split this into two parts. So CS we want separate, and CS we want separate. Understood? You have got the values correct, but you have just plotted it in a different way.
Okay, so two different amplifier, two different planes.
Yes. Yes. Like this. So for CS we will have two, only input and final output. But for CSCG, we are having, apart from input and final output, we are also having the intermediate one, which shows me that amplitude is same, but there is a phase reversal of 180 degrees. Yes, this is correct. Now, Shubham, go for the transient analysis. This is correct now. See everybody how Rutuj has plotted. Is correct. Try to make the background as white.
Yes, sir.
Darshan, are you getting it? Dhruvali, are you getting this? Dhruvali Joshi.
Yes, sir.
After you do, just post your outputs here. I'll just have a look at it.
Okay, sir.
Everybody should be on a computer during the lab, okay? If you are having any problem, then please arrange a computer. If you are in Mumbai, you are welcome to come to college by taking an e-pass, but you need to be on a computer to run LT Spice. On mobile phone, I don't know how it runs, but I think there is no mobile app for LT Spice. Atul, are you getting it? Should I show you the circuit first? Okay, good. What is the problem you are facing, Atul? Yes, Shubham, this is correct. Very good. So this is how we want. We want CS to be in one place and CSCG to be in another. So just for the record, Shubham, this V node 14, you know this node, no? So you can just name this node to something else. Like We can always name this as we'll just name this as Wien underscore CS, and we'll call this as Wien underscore CS underscore CG, and this we'll call it as CS underscore CS. And just try to run it. So now we get here this is circuit 10. So here we'll add Wien CSCG. Here we'll add Wien CS, and here we'll add Vout CS. So something very peculiar. In the CS amplifier, input and output are in phase, whereas in the CSCG amplifier, input and output are not in phase. They are 180 degree out of phase. Let us go one by one here. This is having the dot AC analysis. So here your signal source should be on none, amplitude should be 1, and press OK. Here also this should be on none, signal source should be 1, press OK. Then you will, once you run this, you will get this graph. You will get this graph. Now, when you want to do dot tran analysis, that time you need to change this from none to sine, and here you will write 20 millivolts or 10 millivolts, whatever you like, and keep the frequency as 1 kilohertz. And here also you have to change it from none to sine and make it as 20 millivolts and 1 kilohertz. And what are the different changes you have to do? You have to run the dot tran analysis. In that, stop time should be 10 milliseconds. Start time is always from 0, and maximum sweep time is 0.01. Just say OK and then run this thing. Then you will get this second one. So divide it into two planes. In the first plane, you can have this, that is CSCG. In the second plane, you can have CSCS. Yes, Atul, your circuit looks okay. What is the error that you are getting? Circuit is okay. Okay, so this is the dot tran, correct. So you can see Shubham's output where input and output are in phase for CSCS, and for CSCG they are 180 degrees out of phase. But phase is alright. If you are doing an audio frequency amplifier, if you are designing an audio frequency amplifier, and if there is a change in the phase, it doesn't matter because the signal that is going to come out of it is going to fall on our ears. We are going to hear it. So our ears cannot distinguish between phase shifts. Our ears cannot distinguish between phase shifts. In fact, our ears can align with the phase shift. Our ears can align with the phase shift. So God has put us this wonderful phase adjuster in our ears. So the signal falling on the eardrum may be in phase or out of phase. Our ears always adjust to it and we always hear a clear sound. So in case your ear goes bad, then you will hear echoes or you will not hear anything at all. So phase shifts are fine as long as you are dealing with audio amplifiers. So we have all, this is our 6th experiment. Now our further experiments will be on oscillators. So next week we will be doing feedback, and after that we will be going with our first kind of feedback, that is the positive feedback for the oscillators. Rutuja, do you want to speak something? So now what I have done is I have plotted the impedances of CSCS stage and CSCG stage. That is the input impedances. Okay, these are the input impedances, and they are same because the input side resistances are the same. That is why. Yes. Yes, Rucha, very good. This is correct. So now try to take these circuits close to each other and put a title here and just do the beautification part of it. Put your roll number. So now I have plotted input impedance as well as this thing. So this is plot of input impedance, and you can just say the frequency response. And here the first one is the outputs of CSCG. This is of CSCS. Good. So we have another 8 minutes remaining, 7 minutes remaining. If there are any doubts, please let me know. And Murtaza, are you getting it? Murtaza?
सर सर मेरा
Yes.
पीसी खराब हो
So how are you planning to do this then?
सर मैं अरेंज करूंगा सर दूसरा पीसी मेरे लास्ट लास्ट वीक हार्ड ड्राइव खराब हुआ था सर
Okay.
पीसी का
So
वो
this
डैमेज हुआ था सर इसलिए मैं
recording and do it.
यस सर मैं अभी दूसरा अरेंज करके रिकॉर्डिंग देख के करूंगा सर
हाँ ठीक है. No problem. Just see to it that you are having the tools during the lab, because during the doing it with me has got a different effect than doing it afterwards. And generally we never do anything afterwards. That is the problem. But ठीक है, जो भी है.
यस सर
Yes, all should share their outputs.